Understanding the Meaning of Shabbat Shalom. By Lisa Cohen. Shabbat is one of the most important Jewish observances and is the fourth of the Ten Commandments. Jews greet each other as the Sabbath is arriving each week with this phrase, Shabbat Shalom. The word Shalom has many meanings in English, including hello, goodbye and of course peace. Shabbat is the Hebrew word for Saturday. So literally Shabbat Shalom is a wish for a peaceful Shabbat. It's a very happy blessing to wish someone, as everyone is thrilled when Shabbat, the day of rest, arrives. When is Shabbat? Shabbat starts from an hour before sundown on Friday evening and continues until sunset, with the appearance of 3 stars, on Saturday night, all in all, 25 hours. The beginning of Shabbat is marked by the lighting of 2 Shabbat candles with your eyes closed, which involves blessings for the Shabbat. The moment you open your eyes and see the 2 flames of holiness, a feeling of peacefulness fills the home. Shabbat is an official day of rest coming from the Bible, Genesis 2:2-3, which states, "And on the 7th day God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made." Shabbat led to the 5-day week. Christians celebrate the 7th day of rest on Sunday. In 19th century Britain, Sundays became an official rest day with no work allowed. This did not take into account the Jewish workers, but they were finally recognized in an American mill in 1908. The milliner decided to give his workers both Saturday and Sunday so that whatever their religion, they could take their appropriate day of rest. In 1932, the USA officially adopted a 5-day week. But what do you do on a day of rest? Well, that's the point, we stop doing. Just like God stopped making on the 7th day, we too change from doing to being. This is one of the most conscious concepts currently being encouraged and adopted by meditators, New Age thinkers, medical experts, philosophers, business leaders, and religious leaders. When we are in a mode of being, we are able to connect to ourselves, to others, and to spirituality. One of the main connections made on Shabbat is between family members, as for one whole day, the family spends time with them as no technology, travel, housework, or work is permitted. Consequently, a whole day is spent together as a family, reading, chatting, playing, visiting friends, and connecting spiritually through prayer and expressing gratefulness. This all sounds like a very 2021 self-help book, despite its beginning being 3,500 years old. What does a traditional Jewish family do on Shabbat? Friday night? On Friday night, after candle lighting, there are prayer services in the synagogue with much singing blessing God and his creations. This is followed by a family meal filled with delicious traditional Jewish foods. The meal is opened with blessings over wine called Kiddush, followed by blessings over 2 loaves of special plaited bread called challah. The meal is accompanied by singing psalms, retelling Bible stories, general family chat, and sharing news. At the end of the meal, the family says a prayer of thanks to God for providing the sustenance. Shabbat dinner on Friday night is an opportunity for real connection physically and spiritually. While most Americans may do this annually on Thanksgiving, the Jewish people do this every Friday night. Shabbat day. On Shabbat morning, there is another prayer service in the synagogue, during which the weekly portion of the Torah is read. This is often followed by a Kiddush, which is where communities join together to bless the wine, snack, and chat, another opportunity for connection, this time as a community. Then, each family goes home for another family meal, hosts friends or welcomes someone alone to their home. After another delicious meal, the family devotes time to real rest. Rest can involve a variety of activities, such as sleeping, reading, going for a stroll with someone, or playing. Source: The Benefits of Shabbat. As you can see, a day of rest, honored by Judaism, nourishes every part of us, body, mind, and soul. It has been proven scientifically that people cannot keep running on and on without a break from such hectic lives, from technology addiction to work addiction. A rest day has been proven to be the only way to have a healthy, balanced life. Humans need to recharge their batteries before they run out of energy and collapse. God gave us the answer 3,500 years ago when He took a day of rest after completing creation. He commanded us to do likewise. What do our rabbis teach us about Shabbat? As Rabbi Hirsch says in Eco-Bible, Volume 1, an ecological commentary on Genesis and Exodus, Shabbat was given to humanity in order that one should not grow overbearing in his dominion of God's creation. On the day of rest, he must, as it were, return the borrowed world to its divine owner in order to realize that it is but lent to him. Ingrained in the process of creation is a weekly reminder. We need Shabbat to save both ourselves and God's earth. Observance of Shabbat, taking a day each week to refrain from the transformation of nature, can alter a person's feeling of creative and technological control over nature. In early 19th century Germany, Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch senses the profound relevance of Shabbat for industrial society, exclaiming, "Sabbath in our time. To cease for a whole day from all bizon and all work, in the frenzied hurry-scurry of our time. The pulse of life would stop beating and the world perish. The world perish. On the contrary, it would be saved." This message of Shabbat is sorely needed in today's Western society. The mentality and lifestyle of transforming the natural world without taking time to reflect on the value of that transformation are taking an environmental toll on the planet. A society that never rests nor reflects is the same society that over-extracts and over-consumes. This mastery of the earth without sufficient contemplation of its consequences has produced local, regional, and global ecological destruction. On Shabbat, we are to walk on the earth without asserting our mastery over it, to acknowledge the sovereignty of the Creator. In this way, we will remember that we are only the custodians of the earth with the responsibility to work it and to guard it. Rabbi Norman Lamb, Ecology in Jewish Law and Theology. Greeting for the end of Shabbat. As Shabbat ends, there is a unique ceremony that blesses the division between the holiness of the Shabbat day and the normal routine of the rest of the week. Without a busy, hectic routine of doing, we could not appreciate the greatness of time for being, so this differentiation shows our gratefulness. The Havdalah blessings on wine, a plaited candle, and the smell of spices mark this differentiation. Finally, with recharged batteries, a rested body, and a soul, we wish each other greetings of Shavua Tov. Shavua is the Hebrew word for week, and Tov is the Hebrew word for good. So, having been replenished spiritually and physically by a Shabbat Shalom, a peaceful Shabbat, and a day of rest, we wish each other a good week, Shavua Tov.